Right now at 5, the loss of Pope Francis. New video of his final public appearance, plus his latest request. And another plane scare, a Delta flight catching fire, how everyone made it out safely.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. 1.4 billion Catholics are mourning the loss of Pope Francis. His Holiness passing away today at the age of 88. A live look in St. Peter's Square. People are remembering Pope Francis's life and legacy. He led the Catholic Church for 12 years. All of this coming as the Vatican reveals his cause of death, His Holiness dying from a stroke and heart failure. In La Crosse, flags have been lowered to half-staff. Governor Evers ordering the move shortly after the Pope's passing. Flags will remain lowered until sunset on the day of his burial. A new video of Pope Francis's very last public appearance. His Holiness riding through St. Peter's Square on the Pope-mobile. Thousands of followers surrounding him, hoping to get a glimpse of the Pope. They cheered and clapped his public return following his long hospital stay. For reaction back here, we bring in News 8 Now's Grace Monk, who is outside St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral. Good evening, Grace.
It's a sad day for the Catholic Church here in La Crosse. Today I spoke to members of the congregation to get their reaction to the news. The Pope died of a stroke and heart failure following a series of health challenges in recent years. Pope Francis was born in 1936 in Argentina. He was elected Pope in 2013 after Pope Benedict retired. Church members in La Crosse say the news was unexpected.
I was out in his Pope-mobile yesterday, and he died. You know, it was shock. We're sad.
Obviously, it's a very sad time, but yeah, he's in a better place, and yeah, the church will persist.
Francis was the first Jesuit pope, the first Latin American pope, and the first from the Americas. As leader of the Catholic Church, he advocated heavily for immigrants, refugees, and the poor. Bishop Battersby from the Diocese of La Crosse says the church is mourning the loss of Pope Francis.
We offer our prayers and our heart to the Lord in thanksgiving for the gift of the life of this servant,
while celebrating his legacy and service to the church.
One of the things that I really appreciated about Pope Francis is his pivot to the margins, his reaching out to the poor and those who are perhaps not having a voice. The very best day of Pope Francis's life was today, when he met the Lord.
Battersby says the church plans to hold a communal mass to honor the Pope. There's no date set yet, but they're hoping to do that later this week. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Grace, thanks very much. Time magazine is honoring the late Pope in a new cover. This is what it looks like. In 2013, the late Pope was named Time's Person of the Year and was dubbed the People's Pope. The new commemorative edition hits newsstands May 2nd. So here's what's next. The Pope's body could lie in state inside St. Peter's Basilica as early as Wednesday. Funeral services could happen this weekend. The Pope reportedly requested to be buried in a simple tomb in the ground, and President Trump will attend the Pope's funeral.
After a very wet end of Easter and through the early parts of Monday morning, you would hope that we'd have a week of dry conditions. Unfortunately, that is not in the cards. We're going to have more active weather. That means periods of showers and storms. There will be dry periods, but it's not going to likely see any really 2 days of dry conditions all the way through Friday. That's your precipitation we saw for Easter Sunday, 2 to 2-3 in those purple areas. So now everyone's really above average for going all the way back to 1st of January. In fact, we're about 2 and 2.5 since March 1st above average. So a nice wet start compared to last year as we approach really the planting season here, which is good news. Overall, cloud cover is beginning to decrease. While the precipitation's pushed east, we've been kind of cool with that northwest wind blowing today, so a little bit chilly out there. Unfortunately, that will change a little bit going into tomorrow, but we do have another system out to the west. It's beginning to push into the Dakotas, and that will bring another round of some showers. Not expecting anything like we had Sunday night, but that'll come in for probably the Monday morning commute. But this evening, very quiet conditions. That wind has decreased, so that's the good news, getting back to 45. Similar story for La Crosse. The winds have died down, otherwise getting back to 47 at about 10 p.m. Mainly clear skies with clouds increasing again overnight, but not until probably past midnight. Temperatures will hold steady. Those showers will come back in west of the Mississippi towards the morning commute. We'll see a round of that. Unfortunately, the good news with the temps going forward, and should say week, not weekend temps, they are going to be above average and warmer than that week. That's the only positive probably for this week, but we do have more showers, and we'll try to time all that activity out a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, it's a busy late part of April.
That's good. Like I said, the good news is we are getting on the drought. We got planting season coming, so this moisture is well needed. Good.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Well, Eau Claire's first responders are training to keep schools safe. Today, ECPD officers underwent their annual school threat training, partnering with the Eau Claire Area School District. The superintendent says it's crucial to prepare in case of emergencies.
These trainings are pretty sobering, but we always have to be prepared. And we want to ensure the most safe environment for our staff, for our students.
That training happening earlier today over at DeLong Middle School. Prairie Eco Cottages held their ribbon cutting and grand opening this morning in Prairie du Chien. Prairie Eco Cottages is a new affordable development that will provide housing to income-eligible workers, seniors, and disabled residents. Participants had the opportunity to tour open units, their community room, and their solar field. Aspen Trail in Lower Hickson Forest is now temporarily closed. The closure meant to facilitate the replacement of an existing pedestrian bridge. This will affect trail access to County Road F. The other trails remain open for recreational use. Inspections of Eau Claire River bridges are resulting in US 53 lane closures. Northbound motorists encountered lane closures from 8 to noon, but have since opened back up. But another closure is scheduled southbound on US 53 between River Prairie Drive and Wisconsin 312 on Wednesday. Now that one will last from 9 a.m. to noon. Motorists should expect delays and plan their travel accordingly. Still to come, how a Delta plane caught fire on the runway and how hundreds escaped. Plus, a scam that's so good, even the FTC is worried.
Make this spring the season of you with the Bedroom Refresh from Ashley. Transform your bedroom into a serene retreat starting at $499.99. Plus, get 0% interest for 60 months when you buy in store. Only at Ashley. Shop in store and online.
Spring is here! The grass is getting green and the flowers are blooming. And along with that comes the rain. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services. When's the last time someone inspected your roof, giving you the peace of mind that your roof was good to go for another year? At Larson Home Services, we'll give you a free 16-point inspection letting you know the true condition of your roof. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Cordell's Automotive wants to thank you for voting us Best of La Crosse County for another year. With 7 locations, Cordell's is even easier to find near you. As a family-owned business, we truly get what it takes to care for your vehicle so that you and your loved ones can be safe and protected. We're honored to be your first choice in auto repair, mechanic, tire shop, and oil changes. Schedule an appointment and let us help you know you're safe.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Relax and recharge with a new mattress from Ashley. Transform your sleep with the all-new Sealy Posturepedic collection starting at $7.99 with precision-fit coils arranged right where you need them for targeted support. Shop in-store and online, only at Ashley.
New problems for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the Signal app. A New York Times report claims that Hegseth shared details, including flight schedules, of last month's airstrikes in Yemen in a second Signal chat. That included his wife, brother, and personal attorney. The messages were sent the same day he shared similar information in a separate chat that included a reporter from The Atlantic.
They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations. Not going to work with me.
Now, a Pentagon spokesman also blasted the report, accusing media outlets of relying on the words of recently fired employees. FSU President Richard McCullough announced classes and campus operations would resume today. That's 4 days after a student gunman killed 2 people and injured 6 others. A petition urging FSU to cancel final exams next week has gained quite a bit of traction. As of this morning, it had nearly 12,000 signatures.
And it feels disrespectful to the victims, and it feels disrespectful to a community that's still grieving to go back this soon.
Mandatory attendance policies have been waived and remote options may be available depending on the course. Students are encouraged to work with professors about how to complete classwork if they're not returning to class. A Delta airplane caught fire today at Orlando International Airport. You can see flames and smoke coming from the right side of the plane. The fire was coming from the tailpipe of one of the engines. 282 passengers were on board. Everyone made it out safely, some using evacuation slides. The FAA is investigating. A scare in New York State. It happened in Poughkeepsie. Video shows a woman and 2 children escaping a manhole explosion. A second blast occurred at another manhole around the same time. Fire crews say high carbon monoxide levels in the area may be to blame. The FTC is warning people about a scam so good people are falling for it. CBS's Katie Weiss has the details.
When Brittany Taglarina received a call from a number she didn't recognize, she sent it to voicemail.
Hey there, this is Jessica again.
Jessica claimed to be with a loan processing center.
I've been trying to reach out to you regarding your loan application, but we haven't been able to connect yet.
The message left a number to call back.
When I first heard the voicemail, I initially thought it might have had something to do with my car loan, but what kind of stuck out to me the most was that they said call back by 5 p.m. Pacific time, which I thought was a little strange because my car loan is not on the Pacific coast.
Taglarina realized it was fake when she kept receiving the same exact call from different numbers.
I decided to report it to the Better Business Bureau.
And she's far from alone. The organization says their scam tracker has received hundreds of complaints about the calls from Jessica.
It's a classic phishing scam.
The BBB's Melanie McGovern says this type of scam is often looking for personal information.
We know our social security numbers are very valuable to scammers, so giving up that information, unfortunately, could open you up to identity theft.
Taglarina is glad she reported it.
If I could just prevent one other person from potentially getting scammed, it might help.
Authorities say reporting a scam can help others avoid it and can shut down the scammers. Katie Weiss, CBS News, New Orleans.
Still to come, how the White House celebrated Easter with a twist.
And we do have some dry conditions tonight, but we do have more showers coming in for the morning commute, maybe another round of storms. The good news is Tuesday afternoon doesn't look too bad. We'll go through this cycle probably for the next several days. We'll break it all down for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Looking to upgrade your home? Save big this month at Wesco in Sparta. Buy one furniture item at regular price and get the second at 50% off. Or buy 2 items at regular price and get the third at 75% off. Want to save even more? Buy 3 items at regular price and get the 4th absolutely free. Don't miss out. Shop Wesco in Sparta today. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
Ryan wants to get every new device that's smart. I'm wondering, how can the internet handle all of this?
We have Spectrum Internet. We use it for everything.
homework, remote work from home, doing research for trips.
Spectrum Internet allows us to do things faster and more conveniently.
I feel like that's a win-win for everybody.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
We see you out there, making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. And at Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it. By offering best-in-class products and dependable solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. So when the work's all done, you can find value to enjoy the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Welcome to Luther High School. We'd like to give you a glimpse into what your child will experience here. Smaller class sizes, focusing on their needs. Exploration of the arts. Students working together. At Luther High School, you'll find a community building a foundation for the future and a family for life. For more information or to schedule a visit, go to lutherhigh.org or find us on Facebook at We Love Luther.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Kenyan runners Sharon Lokedi and John Career pulled off thrilling wins at this year's Boston Marathon. Lokedi shattered the women's course record to defeat compatriot and two-time defending champion Helen Obiri. Lokedi crossed the finish line at 2 hours, 17 minutes and 22 seconds. That's more than 2.5 minutes faster than the previous record set in 2014. In the men's race, Career won with a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Thousands of children were ready to roll this morning for an Easter extravaganza at the White House. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump hosting the Easter egg roll on the South Lawn. The annual festivities broke long-standing tradition in a few ways. Instead of plastic eggs filled with candy, the White House opted for real eggs, about 30,000 of them.
Easter is special, and it's one of our favorite days. It's one of our favorite periods of time. We're honoring Jesus Christ, and we're going to honor Jesus Christ very powerfully.
The president said they expect more than 40,000 people on the grounds throughout the day. Well, we got a good soaking on Easter Sunday in those evening hours. Do we have additional rain chances coming through to the area? Let's get the answer from Greg.
Yes, unfortunately, if you don't want to see the rain, we got a lot more to come this week. We will have some dry periods, but in the meantime, we still got some wet periods, and we still have a little bit of a minor river issue going on with the Black River right now. Galesville all the way up to Black River Falls. Black River Falls is actually in minor flood stage. They're going to peak here tonight at 49.5. They'll come back down here slowly, so that's why there's a flood warning for that area, just minor. Galesville right now, no flood warning out, but they're expected to come up to minor flood, about 8.5 here in a couple days too, as everything kind of flows downstream. So other rivers have kind of went up a little bit into action stage, which is below minor, due to all the flow coming through, and we'll probably see more of that coming too overall. Now tonight, most of the night actually is going to be fairly quiet as we go through. We're not going to see too much in the way of activity until we get really late tonight. After midnight, we'll start seeing this little warm front that'll be stretching across Minneapolis down to Decorah. That'll provide an opportunity to see some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms as they come through during or right before the morning commute. See one wave comes through, another one develops to Eau Claire. This could change, but expect to see some showers during the morning commute or a thunderstorm. It may linger on pretty much through the early morning hours. In fact, some of it might get a little bit stronger towards the south. Otherwise, towards the afternoon time frame is when I think a lot of this activity will finally decrease a little bit towards we get to 10 and 11. But even in the afternoon, we'll keep an eye for some additional development. But if you're looking for a dry period tomorrow, it's probably going to be in the afternoon time as the winds around here turn around from the southeast. That warm front will lift north, so we are going to get warmer tomorrow. That's the better news. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay dry for too long as we go into later Tuesday night. And if we look at that in the next round coming through, that's going to be coming through as we get through there. Here we go. It's going to come up there. Another round of showers probably coming in as this boundary sits to the south. It kind of lifts north. One more round coming potentially for Wednesday morning's commute. Looks like south of I-90, another round of showers and thunderstorms. That'll come through, and there could be additional rounds throughout the day, scattered in nature, as this boundary kind of starts lifting north throughout the afternoon time frame. So Wednesday is not going to be an all-day rain, but it's not going to be an all-day dry period. And then as we go to Wednesday night into Thursday, you're going to see another cold front develop and sitting right up in this area. We'll see another round of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night through Thursday, and Thursday looks to be, you could see another soaking of rain as its boundary sits across us and begins to lift north Thursday night too. So all in all, it's a wet period, but not the entire period will be wet. Now tomorrow, with that warm front lifting north, it's really going to be a big temperature gradient across the area, mid-50s to the north to the mid-70s potentially to the south. So less clouds, less lingering down. Further south you go, further north you go, the clouds may linger a little bit more in the afternoon, and that wind will be turned around more to the east, keeping the temperatures more 50s. So it'll be warmer tomorrow, but it depends on the location. As we go into Wednesday, we'll probably see a lot more areas get up in the 60s and near 70. Depending on cloud cover, this could keep the temperature a little bit down, but I think we'll definitely see enough break into near the 70s. And Thursday, I think there's going to be more rain and more clouds definitely, so temperatures will probably be still in the upper 60s near 70. This all could change given how the thunderstorms come through and cool us down. But overall, through Friday, it's milder, but just a lot of rainfall. And you can see all the way through Friday, there's a potential for some areas to pick up another inch or inch plus, maybe all the way up to 1.5 inches. It'll be through periods, not at one time like we saw Sunday night into early Monday morning this morning, but overall it's still active. The better news obviously is the temperatures stay kind of mild until we get behind everything, and that's Friday when we drop the temperatures back into the 50s and 60s. And then for the most part, the weekend looks dry, pretty seasonal, low to mid 60s, and then we get to more activity going Monday, and Tuesday looks another active period. So we're really making up for time for all the dry conditions we have early this year, because we're going to be well ahead of average for all the precipitation once we get through the next 7 to 8 days.
I was going to say, we've made up a ton of ground in these last few.
Yeah, I know. Compared to last year, we're way ahead of last year, which is good news, obviously, going into planting season. But eventually, you want the dryness to come in so everything can start planting.
Right. Makes sense.
Yep.
Thanks, Greg. Still to come, a special event as corgis race to win the annual Corgi Derby. See which pup took home the win after this.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
All the best mattresses are under one roof at PM Sleep Center. Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest Black, Stearns & Foster, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Eye Comfort. Your best night's sleep starts at PM Sleep Center, giving lacrosse a good night's sleep for over 30 years.
Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot. Shut up.
Called GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Does Random Starship Mortgage sponsor your kids' t-ball team? I doubt it. Firefighters Credit Union is a strong, reliable lender that has been a proud member of the community for nearly a century. Trust Firefighters Credit Union for your next home loan. Call Matt or Troy today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
All the best mattresses are under one roof at PM Sleep Center. Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest Black, Stearns & Foster, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Eye Comfort. Your best night's sleep starts at PM Sleep Center, giving lacrosse a good night's sleep for over 30 years.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Corgi dogs raced head-to-head in an annual Corgi Derby in Scotland over the weekend. The event first launched in 2022 to mark Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee. The Corgi Derby was created to celebrate the breed, which was the late monarch's absolute favorite. This year's event saw 4-year-old Corgi Juno race to victory. Juno and their owner were congratulated with a trophy and, of course, some treats. Looks good. Fierce competition. Now the real question, how would Greg's Corgi fare with that kind of competition? Got to get him over to Scotland to find out. Speaking of Greg, he'll have one more check of your forecast right after this.
It's deer season.
Already?
Nice knowing you. We gotta hide.
No, not that deer season. Deer season. It's that time of year when you can get $3,000 off at an authorized John Deere dealer.
A deer season that saves bucks?
That's right.
It's deer season, now through June 2nd.
Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
We see you out there building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like all men's, women's, and kids' Skechers. Buy one, get one half price. $10 off women's Levi's Red Tab shorts, $39.99. And new colors of men's work and sport polo shirts, just $15.99. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
You're ready for home improvement. Bathroom, kitchen, windows, doors, and more. The question is who? Begin here, the Board Store Home Improvements. The most experienced sales team in the area. The most experienced installation team. Plan with designers concerned about meeting your wants and needs. Choose from a selection of superior products. Receive a detailed proposal and a firm price. No pressure, no games. Recently voted Best of La Crosse, locally owned and operated. More than you expect for less than you thought. The Board Store.
Nick Swardson.
Yeah, if you want a relaxing experience, get a massage at the airport. What a treat. The guy's like, all right, just breathe.
Flight 403 to JFK! Leaving now, let's go!
Just breathe.
Gate 24, missing child!
You're in the rainforest.
Live on tour, Nick Swardson, Toilet Head, Friday, May 2nd at Ho Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster. Don't miss Nick Swardson.
Well, the good news, it'll be a dry evening, clearing skies. Unfortunately, the clouds increase after midnight. The showers come back in probably after 3 a.m. to about the morning commute time frame, depending on where you are. Still seasonable conditions. Tomorrow, rain chances only morning. Better chance you'll have dry in the afternoon, and then we go through it Wednesday. Thursday and Friday look more of a rain chance, especially Thursday. The good news with all this period, temperatures are above average.
Yeah, those temperatures are looking good.
That's the only positives.
We'll take it.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us at 5. Hope to see you back at 6.